Thanks, Jordan. It's definitely a pleasure to be back here. Last year at the same time, I was talking about some big plans we had in the year, and we made some huge milestones in terms of acquisitions. We put together a world-class gold portfolio, and our share price was $1.20 now. I think we're around $3.60 per share, but we have barely gotten started with what we're going to achieve in this company. And I'll start out by making a very bullish comment, but it's actually true. We're about to undertake the largest discovery drill program in the world. We're going to drill 55,000 meters across 25 targets, and these are discovery meters. We're not looking to delineate resources. We're not looking to expand on resources. We're looking to make major world-class discoveries, and we're underpinning that by the world's deepest technical team, and this goes against any major as far as exploration technical teams are concerned. They're all former Newmont gentlemen. I've talked about them last year, former chief geologists of Newmont, former chief geologists of Goldfields, and so on. I'm going to be making some forward-looking statements. They are going to be enthusiastic because we're extremely excited about this opportunity, not just with our company, but at this stage of the market. Jordan had a really nice introduction of how gold's going in the right way for us. I think the big picture look is we're at the start of a major bull market in gold. I just came from New York yesterday where I was presenting Auryn, and the theme there was extremely positive. It was about the Trump effect on gold. Everyone's believing that it's going to turn very positive. That's a whole nother discussion for gold. We'll leave it at that. Let's talk a little bit about track record, because the best way for you guys as investors to believe and choose how much of what I'm saying that you want to believe is to look at what we've done previously as a team. My partner and I, Sean Wallace, we've done the two best successes that you can do. And I'll start with the second best success in Keegan Resources, which became Asanko Gold. That's producing 200 and something thousand ounces a year on its way to a 450,000 ounce producer. That company is $1 billion company, trades around $4.5, $5 per share. It's a great second best success for a junior. Caden was our second company, and this was the first best success you can have as a junior, where we sold our company in the middle of the bear market to Agnico Eagle for $205 million. I'll show you a chart and how that went in the last year before the takeover in a moment. But selling your company as a junior is the best exit we can give all you investors, because once you get into development, that's where you get into the complicated engineering, and usually it's not as appealing for investors on the speculative basis, and you don't get the returns that you would get as a new discovery. Auryn is the combination of a formula that started with Keegan and we've improved dramatically with Caden. The experience of finding gold, the experience of selling our company, that's something that really created the hallmark. And the real big difference here with Auryn, and this led to likely a big part of the Goldcorp investment, was the technical team that we assembled. You know, we did go shopping, we did buy some world-class assets like a lot of guys did in the bottom of the market, but we did it with one of the deepest technical teams that we could find, because that's really our efficient path towards production, or towards monetization and success of discoveries. These are two charts. These are both of our companies. On the left is Asanko Gold. That's now formerly Keegan Resources, 49 cents to 9.10 in 2 years. That's the power of discovery. That's why I'm standing here today. That's why we created Auryn, and that's why we're going to drill 25 targets that are of the same caliber and merit of Keegan or even larger. In terms of Caden Resources, this is an example of what the discovery curve means, what it can do for you in a bear market or in a bull market. If you have the right technical team and the right project, you can attract the right investor, and we found something that was sellable in a bear market. So we've won on both good and bad markets, but the discovery curve that they both share on those slides is what we're really after. So quick look at our portfolio, the portfolio approach. We heard the gentleman here from First Finance. They have a plethora of assets, really respectable to be smart enough to go take that initiative, and it's what you want to do as a contrarian. What kind of separates us from the rest of the market is we're drilling all 6 of our projects. There's at least 25 targets across those projects. We have a technical team of about 11 people, all formerly with majors, and they're adding about 8 or 9 layers of data per target. And we're doing it all within a period of 8 months. That's going to start in about April of this year. The optionality that comes with the portfolio approach, you have corporate, technical, and financial. Do we do spincos? Do we sell it as a whole? That's the corporate aspect. Technically, if not all your assets, if you're not making discoveries on the first 2 out of the 6 projects, you've got 4 more to back them up. And then thirdly, financial. If we get into a lull, another 2008 market, we can scale back our expenditure, protect our share structure, and work on the less expensive assets. The risk mitigation speaks for itself. You have 6 major projects. You have 25 targets. That's 6 major insurance policies in one company. The multidisciplinary technical team I'll talk about in just a moment. But again, our theme here is the last 2 years we've been assembling this portfolio, we built out this technical team, and we brought everything to a major discovery state. Capital structure, 76 million shares out. Goldcorp bought 9.5 million shares. At the time, it was about a 25% premium to market. They invested $35 million at $367. With Canadian tax and flow-through benefits, that's $4.31 per share dilution. A month before, we were trading at $2.19 per share at the bottom of tax loss selling. This is the power of the portfolio. They paid a little bit more on premium because they weren't the only ones. We had a lot of options for financing, and now we've set the stage. And the big statement I made about our portfolio and what we're going to achieve this year, it gets largely validated. You got to imagine one of the largest gold companies in the world made an investment. You got to imagine their due diligence and their comfort with the portfolio that we're putting together. Lastly, those yellow boxes are all the actual milestones we did last year, predominantly acquisitions. This coming year, you're going to see a lot of discoveries, and that's what we plan to see out of this portfolio versus acquisitions. I won't talk too much about management for the sake of time. I've only got 4 minutes left. You know who we are. One addition, Michael Koswan, he's in the room. I saw him in the back. I do want to mention him. He was the largest retail broker at Sprott Wealth. Great companies attract great people. Michael's an engineer by trade, but an incredibly brilliant investor, and he came along because of the portfolio and the team that we've assembled. Michael Henriksen, he's the head of this amazing technical team. If you want to go see a video on our exploration portfolio and you want to see the quality of a major's work in a junior, go look on our website on our homepage. You'll see a narrated video. It's about 9 minutes long, and Michael will fly you through all the work these guys did to set us up for discovery. Our portfolio, we're in British Columbia, Nunavut, as well as Peru. BC has 1 million ounces of 9 grams gold equivalent. The value of that, if you were to apply engineering numbers to it, underpin our current market cap, entire market cap, just with that asset alone. Committee Bay is one of the largest greenstone belts in the world with high-grade discoveries across the entire thing. Over $100 million spent before we acquired it, but it's something that got all the majors' attention out there. And Peru, the simple word there is endowment. Some major world-class discoveries in Peru. A couple quick property slides. You're looking at Committee Bay. We're going to try and drill 17 large-scale targets. I say try because we might have weather indications. We might get to only 12. But these 17 targets range between 3 and 40 kilometer long in size. These are defined by corridors because of how big the mineralization is. Every circle that you see there has about 8 or 9 layers of data that's been done by that world-class majors exploration team that we have working on it. So we set ourselves up for a major discovery in the north. There is a deposit of 1.2 million ounces of 8 grams per ton. It gets a lot bigger. Absolute confidence. We did a few holes into it last year. It's going to get deeper and it's going to get wider. The Homestake Ridge project, I'm going to only talk about 2 aspects here. Number one, the resource. It's pointed by those yellow boxes. What you see here, and I think I do have a pointer, you see that the discovery hole here was 73 meters of 21 grams per ton gold. Outside of all these plus 3 gram samples that we're taking with no drill holes around them, this other huge trend over here as well as here, just take a look at what happens. This is 1 million ounces of 9 grams per ton. As you go in this direction, there's no drilling. There used to be a glacier here, and one of the benefits of global warming, although I'm not supportive of it happening, is that we get to drill continually north from the 73 meters of 21 grams per ton gold. If we keep hitting that kind of grades and intercepts, I don't even want to tell you where the share price could go on the base of those kind of holes being hit. Peru, real short. I have under 2 minutes left. It's endowment. We're going to be drilling Sombrero first. Sombrero is a remarkable skarn target. You can see some of the grades on surface, up to 5, almost 6 grams gold, 9% copper, 2 grams gold, 4% copper. It's 200 kilometers west of Las Bambas, which was sold for $5.8 billion in 2014. If you took this apart and put them side by side, it's bigger in terms of structural footprint, and the grades are much higher, and there's a gold component here where Las Bambas is primarily copper. And what the geologists have showed you in this image is that all the right hallmarks of a skarn are there, all the right rocks, and the system should behave very well. In southern Peru, Yanacocha and Baños del Indio. Yanacocha, they're both in the same system. So it's one big system, that north-south structure. That structure actually hosts, it's known to host the Yanacocha deposit in a different part of Peru. The gentleman who discovered Yanacocha is the guy who put together a Peruvian portfolio. Yanacocha is a 60 million ounce gold discovery, one of the largest in the world. He's handpicked these projects for us. There's a resource there from previous drilling, but Yanacocha is going to be a really, really profitable oxide deposit. It's right next to a power substation, and Banyu's del Indio is the largest untested alteration system in the Andes that has a gold signature on it. This is Yanacocha. You're looking at that pink spot real quickly. 82 meters of 1.4 grams, 38 meters of 6.7 grams in the trench, top of a hill, the most easiest way to mine it. This is our schedule for drilling. It is on our website. It's going to be a very busy year next year. And this last slide, and I'll wrap it up here on this, we've created a majors exploration portfolio and a junior with a majors exploration team. We bring a high level of experience on the monetization side as well as on the technical side. We have scalable assets, meaning they can all go to the 3 to 5 million ounce kind of size of a discovery. We're drilling 25 targets and multiple discoveries, and your opportunity here today is to invest with us. Well, we have $44 million in the treasury. We're spending 35 of that, drilling 55,000 meters, going for these discoveries. You can invest alongside Goldcorp's $35 million investment, which is completing on Monday. Thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you next year with a much higher share price. Thank you very much.